Peace, family. We made some money, so now we got to do the best thing, which is protect it. Let's go to the charts. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. You are now getting engaged with the financial martial arts master. We're going to do stock food. Let's check out the chart on the S&P futures to see what's happening. 3,915, so 3,915.25, and we're currently bouncing. We're a little bit even right now. That's not too bad as we are in the morning. So top-down analysis, we're going to take a look at the weekly, and then we're going to jump to our favorite stocks and see what's happening there. And if there's a stock that you would like to see, throw it in the comments. We're going to go to one that was mentioned last time, and we'll check on that one towards the end of the video. All right, so here we are, top down. We got ourselves in the weekly, and we talked about this wedge. And as we zoom in on this wedge, we see, oh, we're hitting the backside of that wedge now. We're about to see if this wedge is the real deal, because we've talked about this one being the signal for a move lower. Now we're on the other side of it. On the other side, like, we're trying to get out. Is that going to be resistance? I'm curious. Is it going to be? So this is the weekly chart. Let's check out the daily and see what's happening there. And we can see the similar results here. We zoom in and we see that we're on the other side of this trend line. We recently got a little peekaboo right above it, and it is starting to make a move lower. So we're going to watch this for the rest of the week to see how this develops for the S&P futures. All right, let's go over to the Russell futures, RTY, and they are also about even right now. 1,819 and 70, and it is currently flat. Let's go back to the weekly. Weekly is showing you top down here that same inverted cup and handle. Prior videos I kept saying cup and handle. I caught myself. Inverted, all right, which means it right upside down. It's like a hat. That's what it looks like. Now we are bouncing off of a 200-day moving average, which is not too bad. It's not too bad at all. Let's see what you're made of. Small cap stocks may lead us to the promised land, but this is still not in any means a complete bullish signal. We want to see what is going to happen here. We're going to allow this to develop to give us that signal. All right, that is the weekly. Let's zoom in as we top down onto the daily. Daily is giving you the same confirmation here. We've got the wedge pattern. This is the handle of the inverted cup and handle, and now we have a spinning top, which is an indecisive signal. So we're looking to see who's going to win on that. Chances are the bears may continue what they have been doing, which is sell, sell, sell. So the selling might continue, and we're going to get that confirmation as the week develops. That is the Russell. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Dow. The Dow is around 31,120s. All right, and it is currently saying it is up. Right now it's up. When it's up, let's take a look at the weekly and check it out. The wedge we drew on here is showing the same. We're on the other side of it, and it's looking to be resistance. And I can say that because when you take a look at this top wick here, it is, if I extended this, let's go ahead and do that now. This is simple. Extend to the right. Thank you. If you take a look at that, you can see it hit there and made a move lower. So we're still underneath. We want to see how that develops. Let's take a look at the daily. This is how quick your chart reads can be. Take a look at the daily, and you can see the same confirmation here. Spinning top, indecisive action. We're on the other side of that wedge, and we're still looking to move lower, family. Nothing's changed. We're looking to see where that big break is at so we can take advantage of that one. We want the big fish. All right, now that's the Dow. Lastly, let's take a look at the Nasdaq futures. Nasdaq futures right now are showing that they are weaker. They are about 12,000. We'll just say it that 12,000 right now. Take a look at the weekly. Weekly right now has that same wedge pattern that everyone else has, except for we didn't draw it. And we have a move to the downside, and we're going to likely end up testing out the lows that they had before, which is around 11,200. Take a look at the daily, top down, and we can see, yes, there's a spinning top. One more time, spinning top. All right, spinning tops are indecisive. We will get confirmation from those as they develop. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the top 6 that we cover. That's Apple, Amazon, Meta Platforms, Netflix, Tesla, and Alphabet. All 6 stocks. We want to take a look at those. Hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you think. And as we go through this, keep in mind, if there's any stock that you are interested in, we can cover it. Next video, we can jump right into them. All right. So let's talk with Apple. Tim Cook was good. Apple right now. My hands are not on the right keys. There we go. Apple right now, 154.48 was the most recent close at the end of the week. And we made a move higher. All right, a move higher last week, which, hey, everyone likes a good green day, right? Because we had 1, 2, we had a hammer candle, then we had a big red candle, which we talked about last week. I don't like. Then we had this green candle. Oh, look how cute it is. Now it's a nice little green candle off of the 20-day moving average. Is it enough? Is it enough? Let's take a look at the daily to see what we have developing here. And we see the same thing. Up. We had a nice move up, that 20-day, and burn. Oh no, all 3 moving averages are starting to align, and that usually gives a signal for a move lower. Now, this could be considered a bullish engulf here. We got a nice hammer candle, and then we had a huge green candle, but wait a minute. That's coming up short, fam. Look at this. That right there, that volume, that ain't convincing. That's a little tiny bit of bar right there. Because you look here, that huge spike there, that's good. I like that one because that's defense there, especially with a hammer. But this little tiny one here, they can smack that one down. Let's get that confirmation. We don't want to make any assumptions. We want confirmation. We want that one. All right. Apple, we're on a watch here. 154. That 150, we're dancing on it, and it can easily just snap. And we're on our way to that target that we set around that 130 because of where we were at before all of this happened. All right, that's Apple. Let's dance on over to Amazon. Amazon was around 124.66. All right, top down analysis. We got our, you see it, the inverted cup and handle, inverted cup and handle. And as we zoom in, we see last week we had little hopes of green as it started to jump off of that 20-day moving average. And we see we had our volume last week, which was fairly significant. It was also larger than what it was prior weeks before that. Now, if we take a look at the, wait a minute, look at the daily. All right, daily showing us the same situation. We talked about this here gap. This gap didn't completely get filled here, and then it finally got filled right here when we hit this hammer candle. Then we came up with a green candle, and we want to see the defense here. But we did gap here. So is this gap going to get filled back to around 125? That's also something that can happen. I don't see the market falling just yet, but we're going to wait for the end of this week for us to make that determination, because we will have our confirmation. And once we have it, we can make better moves with better information. All right, that's Amazon. Let's check out Meta. META 148.02 was the most recent close. Let's take a look at the weekly. The weekly is showing that, we got slammed, made some new lows, and made some new price friends there, huh? So Are you bullish or are you bearish? Let me know in the comments. What do you think about Meta? Are you buying or are you selling? We are at 148.02. I think we eventually make a move to around 160. That is where we recently fell from. So I'm looking to see if Meta can start making some type of bullish move here. But are you bullish? I think around this price is still a great entry for a long-term move. All right, I would be a buyer at Meta at 148. Let's take a look at the daily. The daily is showing you that it has been just just waiting to make something happen. And this can also be a signal of a bigger move lower. We had our 200-day moving average is starting to get closer, and that can just put some pressure just right on the necks of the bulls, and this could go down further. Regardless of all that, when you do dollar cost averaging, all you're looking for is your best price anyway. So great entry. I still think that right around this area is still a great entry. All right, that's Meta. Let's take a look at probably the one that has the best situation going for it, which is Netflix. You know, hate me for saying it, but I still think this is, of the 6 we cover, the stronger of the stocks. 243.63 is where it recently closed at, and right now it is around pretty flat, 242-ish. All right, we can see that we had severe moves lower, right? And we started to bounce. I like this. This can be considered a double bottom, and I like this because this could also be a triangle that is forming here, and we'll talk about that in a second. This here is also showing us that it has some buyers coming into the market. Let's take a zoom in, and remember, as we talk about this, I said I'm not really messing with this until we get above 250 or we close below 220. Are we there? What do you think? Let me know. Are you a buyer or a seller of Netflix? Let me know in the comments. All right, we're getting close to that 250 mark. That 250 mark is a stone's throw away now. Before, at that 220, it was like, that cliff is right there. Now, sky could almost be the limit. So we're going to wait to see that conviction come from the big boys. We want to follow behind the money. Let's take a look at the daily. The daily is going to give us a little bit of a clearer view of what's happening here. And we can see we have some moving averages, don't we? Moving averages are starting to turn, and we made a bounce. That bounce got us to where we're at now. So 250, what's up? We coming. I think 250 is getting ready to happen, and we're going to see if we either go up or they go down. All right, let me know if you're buying or selling Netflix. Let's go ahead and take a look at Alphabet. All right, and that is GOOGL. Last close price was 103.07, and we're bouncing in the aftermarket right now. We're about break even just as well. So we take a look here and we see that we have recently started to take a move lower, got towards our price target here of around 100. I still think this is also a great entry for probably the biggest stock that we cover. I mean, you can argue Apple, but I think Alphabet's a bigger stock than Apple. We could talk market cap and all that, but I'm just talking about in general because of the products that they offer. They are a bigger company. But besides that, you can tell me what you think about that. I think 100 is a great entry if you are looking to be a buyer. Good time to get in. If it goes lower, we talked about this last time, we want to start grabbing around that 85 to 90 area. Let's go take a look at the daily and see what we have in order to give us some clarity. All right, we recently, look at that, 194. We talked about that. So we hit our price target around 100 and it made a bounce. This is a pretty good signal. The market may shock us. Who knows? Overall, I think the structure of things are weakened. So any bounces will likely get sold. But if we're going to make that bounce, this could be a good bounce. I like around 100. So very good pickup. All right, let's lastly check out Tesla. Tesla closed at 309.07. All right, let's take a look at the weekly here. We've talked about this one before. We're still hanging around this 300 area. And recently we started to make some type of life happen here, huh? I said I am a seller at 300. I still am a seller at 300. If somebody bought at 300, hooray, because you started to make a little bit of profit off of that. But watch your back. Are you a buyer or a seller of Tesla? You bullish or bearish? Let me know in the comments. I still think Tesla around 300 is a sell. The reason why is because the chart is telling me clearly anything above 300 is extremely volatile, number one. And number two, as we get close to it, sellers come out in waves and they take the price down. I still think the better buy is around this 225 area, because remember, Club 225 is where we want to go. That is the 6 stocks that we cover. Yo, let me know where you are from as I continue to grow. I'm very interested in where you're from. I've been a lot of places. I've been a lot of places in the US, but I have not been a lot of places out of the country. Matter of fact, that number is a big goose egg. 0. But I can live vicariously through you. So let me know where you are from. All right. Thank you for checking me out. I appreciate it. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Let's have a conversation in the comments. I love to talk about stocks. And before we get off of here, let me drag over our last one that we looked at here. All right. And that is, can I do it? Can I do it? There we go. All right. Check it out. So last one we had was, what's up with XRE? We had a nice little conversation in the comments. Shout out to Skylar. I appreciate you and all of the help you've given me, brother. Much love to you. He wanted to know what's up with XLRE, as we found out that XRE is something that we inadvertently had typed. All right. So let's go to XLRE and let's break that one down for you. All right. Live chart read. And if there's anything you want to look at, let me know. So XLRE is a spider, all right? Looks like a real estate spider. 39.91 is where we're at. Let's take a look here and see where we're at. Now we've made a recent bounce off of the 200-day moving average. Got some pressure here. This is a head and shoulder pattern, and we're on the other side of that coin here. So first thing we want to do is we want to look what happens around this $40 price. Let's go backward here. $40. Okay, here's some at $40, and we shot past it. $40, and we see here that we are at a line in the sand. All right, so just to break this down a little bit easier for you, here is $40. All right, there's your support. Okay, support is shown, and we're dancing around there once more. I think this is a great entry. All right, but also protect yourself. Remember, stock food. We want to protect ourselves from any moves. All right, so 40 is a great entry. If this fails, we want to find our next defense, and that is going to be where the candle's hanging out at. All right, all of these candles were hanging in this area here. We see a lot of similar action in this zone too. So I would be a heavier buyer around 36. I say nibble at 40 is a great idea, and then I also say buying more at 36 area is probably the best area. All right, so let me know what you think about that one, Skylar. What you got going on over there? All right, so remember, hit me up and take care of yourself. Health is wealth. None of this means anything if you cannot take care of yourself. Drink your water, exercise, just spend time with family and friends, get your laughter on, enjoy yourself. All right, and we'll check you next time. Peace.